Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to a new video on my channel, F122. The final video before we actually have to wait until the full launch. I can still cover off Q&As and whatever, but it's the final gameplay that I can show you guys. And today we're gonna look at what has changed on the setups on F122, because I think a lot of you, especially the league racers out there, are curious to see what has changed. And maybe if there's still time, we're gonna do a little sprint race at Kota at the end, just to see what the AI is doing there so far with the new track changes. Guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do, because a lot of you haven't, and it would help grow the channel big time, help me out a lot. And F122, we're gonna cover off everything, every single tutorial, hot laps, setups, all the good stuff, and probably also career mode, even on the English channel. So hit subscribe. Hit the bell. Thank you very much. Okay, but let's get into it. So, this year we have the same thing as always. We have 5 presets. We have maximum, increased, balanced, maximum downforce, increased downforce, balance, increased top speed, and maximum top speed. The biggest change of this year's regulation is, of course, the cars are based around ground effect, but the aerodynamics are actually the biggest part that have changed on this year's game, because we have wings from 0 to 50. And you're probably thinking now, holy crap, Marcel, this is quite big. Like, you can probably drive a car with 0 front wing and 50 rear wing, or something else. Like, there are so many different combinations, and everything that you change on the aerodynamics will also change the whole rest of the setup, alright? I want to show you in a second the difference between 0 wing and 50 in terms of top speed. We're gonna delete my time trial goes, and we're gonna run the default settings just to see what actually happens and what the top speed difference is. So from what I've heard from David Greco, so the lead handling designer of F122 and the F1 game series, the wings actually haven't changed. Sounds a bit weird, right? But in previous games, tracks like Monza had low downforce spec, whilst tracks like Silverstone, I think medium, and tracks like Monaco had high downforce. So 1111 wings on Monaco had more downforce than 1111 wings on Monza. Always, you would always have more top speed. Of course, the straight is not as long, but you get what I mean. And that is the interesting part. Now, technically, you can run like 0 wings at Monaco is the same as in Monza. So you can technically run the fastest car on the straight in Monaco, like in Monza trim, but you can also do the same thing like Monaco trim wings for the corners in Monza, which is crazy to think about. So there are a lot of variations, but technically it still works the same. The only thing you gotta figure out is what is now low spec. Like in what kind of area would you say it's low spec wings? Is it something like from 0 to 10? Is it 0 to 15? Is medium then in between that and maybe 40 or 35 or something like that, and then high begins here? We don't know yet. We have to figure out, and this is gonna be a huge task, especially for league racers and esports drivers, but also for you guys that just want to enjoy career mode and whatever. It will be interesting. I think we will see quite drastic changes in this game on time trial, also with the setups. They will change a lot this year. But yeah, so this is the biggest change, and we are gonna immediately have a look at the difference. So we're gonna first of all try 0 wings. I'm gonna delete my time trial goes. The way you do this is you go to settings, time trial settings, and then you go to reset personal best ghost. So I want the lap time with these wings, and this will probably be awful to drive, but I'm gonna do it just for you guys, so we can see how this goes. Yeah. Oh my god, this is fast. And we are gonna take, I think, both straights as a comparison, the top speed at the end. I'm not too bothered about cornering performance, but like the straight line difference will show you how big the difference is in terms of... Oh my god. 50-50 and 0-0. Yeah, I can already feel there is way more top speed, but actually the grip is not too bad. But this is insane. I mean, okay, the wings here, and the slow speed, does it matter? Shouldn't, because wings and aerodynamics usually only really start gripping up from a certain percentage of top speed Alright, we're already hitting 330 here. Let's see, 300 and... I think it was again 346. Don't develop. Okay. That is, I guess, the highest top speed. And it would match what we have seen last year on the game in Monza. I think that's more or less the top speed in Monza. Interesting. Let's have a look quickly with 50-50 wings. Oh my god. What? Oh my god, we're losing so much time already. This game is gonna be nuts in terms of setups, I think. Okay, let's see here. I guess I don't have to expect anything better. But that is mind-blowing. Wow, look at the amount of time we are losing. I'm not braking or anything, guys. So 302 kilometers an hour. What is going on? That is actually incredible. That is totally nuts. Alright, let's try and maybe see the middle ground with maybe 0-50 or 50-0. Alright, we are with 50-0 right now, so 50 on the front and 0 at the rear. It should be quite loose, to be honest. But should also rotate nicely. Oh my god! Call me Tony Hawk, this is insane. We are already gaining so much time, look at this. Oh my god! Oh! Oh! Whoa! Alright. Cool. But it rotates nicely, a bit too much maybe for my liking, but yeah. I usually prefer oversteer, but this is quite a lot. Let's see at least the top speed. What is the top speed at the end of the straight? It was 302 with 50-50. It will be 324 with 50-0. Let's try 0-50. Alright, and here we go with 0-50 for final time. I mean, we hit 324 on this back straight here before the final corner. Let's see what we can hit with that. Technically, it should be more or less the same. Right? Oh, this feels lazy. But we have good grip. This is definitely already better than 50-50. Oh my goodness, it feels like you don't have a front wing. Makes sense because of 0. But yeah. In conclusion, there's huge differences between 0-0 and 50-50. It's around 40 kilometers an hour. Or 45, something like that. This is big. And it was even between 50-0 and 0-50. A 10 kilometer an hour difference. More rear wing will slow you down more than more front wing. Interesting that they've actually added this amount of realism this year to the wings. I don't think it has been like that before. Usually more or less the wing balance in terms of if you had a total of, let's say, 9 plus 9. So you had 9 at the front, 9 at the rear. Was the same like 8 plus 10. Alright, so 8 at the front and 10 at the rear. It was more or less the same top speed. But now they've changed it, it seems. That's gonna be interesting for setups, especially in esports, man. We have to grind it out a lot. But it's good to know. Also good for you guys to see that there has been a change. And let's check maybe the rest of the setup, toggles and tools that we can fine-tune this year. But I think this is actually cool. I didn't expect such a big difference. in all of them, especially the 50-0 and 0-50 difference. But yeah, let's have a look at the other parts of the setups. Now again, as always, we have the transmission. There's actually a bug right now in the game, but this will be fixed for the final version of the game, where apparently you can get unlimited power, something to do with the transmission. David Greco spoke about it. I don't really understand it. I didn't really pay attention to it because it's all work in progress, so I'm not really worrying about stuff that they know there's a bug and it will be fixed. But I can already say the 100 diff is not going to work this year, at least not in the dry. I don't know if about the wets. I haven't really done any wet driving aside from the ones that we did in the other video. And I think the diff is probably going to be something between 55 and up to 80, something like that this year. Because you get more rotation with lower diff, but you get less traction, of course. Like, you can still get a wheel spin. If you have it on 50, you can hear sometimes wheel spin. It's easier to lose the rear under acceleration. The off diff got changed a lot, I think. I think you can run it fairly low this year, but if it's quick, I don't know. I haven't done any setup testing yet. Just like a little bit with the diff, not with the off diff, and with the brake bias. But nothing has changed here. We have the same amount of camber this year as last year, from what I can tell. I don't know what is working. Maybe it will go back to right, left, 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 like all the years. But as Codemasters have changed a lot with the suspension, I don't think it will. And with that also leading the whole car, like everything, how it works, I don't think it will work the same way. Suspension is also still the same. Also same values from 1 to 11. But the ride height actually this year, if you get it too low, you can actually bottom out. Let me show you that. If I go to 1.1 now, we have the Delta, right? We have the Delta with the same wings. Let me quickly load my setup, because I've changed some stuff. And let's quickly go to 1.1. Okay, I will just demonstrate you can bottom out on this year's game. It's much harder to drive over curbs and stuff. And you can already see we are losing top speed with the same wings, because the car's bottoming out. It's too low. And if I go on a curb, oh, it's actually like I'm literally turning into Tony Hawk. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm not losing the car on purpose. It is the same wing settings. Look at this. If I go, you shouldn't hit these curbs anyways, but like I cannot turn. It is impossible. So don't run it at 1.1. It's not gonna work. The brake bias, unfortunately, I think this year will be run at 50, because you still don't get any rear lockups. And the lower you can run it, the better, without locking up, because then your fronts get saved. Still, 54 doesn't feel that slow, so I guess you can make it work, but yeah, I don't know. And with the tire pressures also nothing has changed, but as you can see, the biggest change, definitely aerodynamics. It will be a huge playing field, and also the front ride height and rear ride height. Let's see what the rest of the setup will do when we are starting to develop setups, and you will see the first time trial world records when the game is out with setups on. It will be interesting. We're in for a cool time. And as a final little rundown, because a lot of you probably wonder what is my opinion so far, and totally unbiased, this game has huge potential. The handling feels much better than 2021. The tracks are much better. The physics are much better. It's not perfect at all. Nothing is perfect. I would wish for laser scan tracks. There are no laser scan tracks. I would wish for a tiny bit more realism on the physics, of course. Especially braking on runoff areas. We have this, like they fixed it in Kota, but you can still brake on the curbs, on every single curb. Like it's still faster even though you lock up sometimes. Just a couple of things, small things would be great. I think we're in for a good year. And I'm not saying that because I'm an F1 esports driver. This is the main game that I'm playing, but I want to give you good advice, and I think this game is good. I think Codemasters made a good step up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry that I didn't include the sprint race anymore, but I'm already recording way too long, 22 minutes. So I think this is not gonna work out, unfortunately. But in case I can upload some more gameplay, you will find it on this channel, so make sure to stick around. Thank you so much for the support recently, and let me know what you guys want to see. We can also do some FAQs and whatsoever. But I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and have a lovely day. You're Marcel. Peace.